This Google Hangout is live. All right, so anybody who is unfortunate enough to be watching us live tonight, thank you for joining us. We are about to have some fun. We are going to have a very unusual show. We'll see how it goes. And in just a moment here, I am going to get the audio recorder going and start the theme music. So, one moment.
Can you guys hear me at all?
All right, we can hear you, Matt.
Yes.
Okay, great. It's finally working.
Awesome. All right. Speaking of things finally working, one moment, and I'm starting the audio. Well, everybody, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, depending on where you are. While you might normally expect to hear Wit's End or the Bad Cop at this point in the show, you're not going to, so too bad. Tonight, those gentlemen are enjoying Thanksgiving with their families, and I therefore present to all of you who have chosen to listen to us or watch us live, the first ever LANMonkey's Geocaching Summit 2015. We have gathered geocachers from far and wide to join us for an open discussion and hopefully debate on geocaching-related topics for your listening entertainment and perhaps even your enjoyment. But before we get started on that, I have a couple of quick announcements. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to all our American listeners. We hope you enjoy your time of thankfulness, however you choose to spend it, and remember that we are all truly thankful for you listening to this podcast. Also remember that on Sunday, December 13th, Cache and Release will be hosting the amazing Geocaching Podcast Extravaganza. For more details, check out cacheandrelease.com. And what you're going to get here tonight is just a little bit of a sampling of what might actually go on there, and that's probably going to be way more organized than this. All right, and last but not least, make sure to check out our Caching in the Northwest podcast feed for a special message from your regular hosts. I am your irregular host. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce our guests around the geocaching table tonight. I'm going to ask each of you folks to share your geocaching handle, where you're joining us from tonight, and your least favorite geocache type. I am going to start with the person joining us, as far as I can tell, from the furthest away, Mark Dowding. Mark?
Whoa. Good morning. Welcome from tomorrow. Thank you, Scott.
All right, so Mark.
Hello.
Whoa. Hello, we can hear you. Where are you joining us from?
The UK.
And your least favorite geocache type?
Multis. Multis.
Not Where I Goes anymore, I think I heard.
No, I love Where I Goes. Multis. Satan's caches.
All right. And moving to what I believe is the Midwest of the United States, Scott Bergs.
Hey, how you doing, guys? What do you believe is the Midwest? I'm from Chicago. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest. I am Scott Bergs, geocaching name Scott Bergs, and my least favorite cache is a puzzle cache. That's my least favorite.
Excellent. All right. Moving right along, I am going to ask the fellow in the green, Matt, would you introduce yourself?
Hey, Three Hems and a Rose from Vancouver, British Columbia. And I wanted to say multi just to bug Scott, but I gotta agree with him. Puzzle's my least favorite.
Fantastic. Thank you. By the way, the video is not great, but the audio is fantastic. We can hear you just great.
Good enough. You don't want to see me.
Yeah, not really. Pretty much don't want to see any of you guys, but I appreciate you being here. Okay. And as was said by Dave DeBarrow last week, it's hockey season. Canadians aren't polite. We get only a few months of this, so we enjoy it. All right. And our last guest currently on the air is Brylang.
Hey, I am from Abbotsford, British Columbia, just outside of Vancouver. And my least favorite, depending on the day, sometimes it's a multi, sometimes it's a where I go, depending on the technology.
Awesome. All right. And myself, the LANMonkey, also from outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. And my least favorite cache type is probably traditional because it's just been destroyed as a cache type. All right. So that around. So maybe I hopefully have gotten things on the contentious side a little bit there, but now we know who's on the show here. I'm looking over in the Q&A. We have a couple of pieces of feedback already, which is great. The Monkey King is joining us from Australia. Said, yay, I figured it out, which means that he got through our puzzle of links to figure out which one is actually the show. So good job. I believe he's joining us from tomorrow afternoon. And the furthest viewer is from Australia, indeed. And Dora Moore, also from the Greater Vancouver area, joining us. And she has the question, do we get to watch Brylang do his fact-checking live tonight?
It depends on the facts that are thrown out.
All right. Well,
So
we'll...
is Blylang the Canadian devil?
The Canadian Daryl.
Yes. Yes, he is. There you
That's
go.
my dog.
There could never be a Canadian Daryl. I think.
I think there's a lot worse
I
things
think
to be
you're
called.
mistaken. Yes. Am I the only American here? Am I the only one that ate turkey today? Am I
Yeah.
it?
Get him, lads. Get him. Get him.
It's an order from the UK we must follow.
Get him.
Awesome, guys. All right, so hey, let's. I'll throw out the first topic for around the table, and that is geocaching goals planned for next year, or achieved this year, or planned this year and actually achieved this year, or who cares about geocaching goals? All right. who's up?
God, I don't even. Wow, I haven't. I don't do that until January. I haven't figured. Honestly, I haven't figured it out yet. I know we have a couple of targets, but nothing set in stone yet. It's too early.
How did you do this year then?
This year we did pretty good. The only thing we didn't do, we had a trip to Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, a weekend trip. It's kind of like a big swoop right back down to Chicago, to try and get those 3 states, and we couldn't do it. We couldn't fit it in. We had 3 kids playing baseball, 2 playing travel. We couldn't make it work. So that's the only one we didn't get to. All the other geocaching, things we wanted to do, we did. So we had a very good year in terms of hitting the goals. We got to, we got to Kansas, got the oldest, went to Mingo and all those, and did everything we wanted to do. So for me and Shorty Nets, for Jesse, it was a great year. But there was only one thing we didn't do, and that's on the docket for next year. We don't want to go to Minnesota in the winter, so it's probably spring. I'd say it's a spring thing to do now. I'm not going there then. So
Awesome.
but we haven't. Usually at the beginning of the year, January, we sit down and we try to figure out, what are the goals, what do we want to hit, what do we want to do this year. So that's a January thing. I'm worried about geocaching day. That's coming up. That's in another month. So other than that,
Copyright Scott Burks.
yeah, goddamn right. Damn right, copyright Scott Burks. Everybody, any Jews out there, go geocaching on Christmas Day. Geocaching Day.
It's the safest day to be out.
No, you're not gonna have a Leo event that day. Daryl's coming down. He's gonna join us for geocaching day. Coming down for it. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll be periscoping that day all freaking day. We'll be periscoping.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'll not be watching because I'll actually be spending it with my family.
Right, exactly. Speaking of, I just periscoped Black Friday. Did anybody see that? Did anybody watch that?
Yeah. My
I
son
periscoped
did. I
Black
came
Friday.
back in the car on the way home.
Yeah. Me and Jesse went to Target with my youngest, and
Why?
I'm sorry, Walmart. Just because because we wanted to see, we were trying to find some stuff, and I actually had 500 watchers for that. 500. I've never had that many watchers. Close to that.
It's because you said Black Friday.
Because I said Black Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane. It's like, oh my god.
That has got to be some sort of record number for geocaching.
It wasn't even geocaching. I just put Black Friday and I hit live because I just wanted to show people the insanity. You know? And it was crazy. It's a trip. So totally off topic. Sorry about that. But
Hey, well, tonight's about being off topic,
yeah.
so we're all
So
good.
so Daryl's coming in for geocaching day. I'm really excited for it to see Daryl. Come in for geocaching day, geocache with Daryl, because it's always a treat. If you've never done it, it's a definite treat to geocache with Daryl. So
If
looking
you've
forward
never
to it.
done Daryl, it's always a treat.
Oh, Daryl's great to do, man. I've done him numerous times. It's
All
fantastic.
right, so 3Hams, how about your geocaching goals?
This past year, hit 2,500, and just a bunch of minor little goals, challenges. Next year, not sure yet. Haven't really thought about it. Oh, did my first block party this year, so that was fun.
First and last.
First and last.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, and it was fun hanging out with you at the block party. It was great that you were able to come down, and it's also good that you survived the rainstorm.
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome. All right, Mark, how about over to the UK?
Goals for next year.
Sure.
Europe's oldest.
Go geocaching.
Go geocaching. But Europe's oldest in Ireland.
Ooh, Ireland,
That'd be
nice.
very cool.
Yeah, going Static J.
Really?
Nice.
When's that planned?
January. So he's the only man in Europe who drinks more than me. Imagine the audio from that.
Classic. That'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
You got to periscope that, buddy.
Yeah, from the floor looking at the sky.
Speaking of periscoping, and if you're going to be technically in another country, like, do you actually have to have roaming data if you're going from England to Ireland?
Yeah, but Jay's found a SIM card that I can use over there that works in my phone. It's like 20 gig a month for £10 a month.
Oh, you're
Wow.
kidding.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just get one of those and whack that in, or I could use the company phone and let them pay the bill.
That's
Not
really,
decided.
yeah, that's the. Did you ever get that car taken care of, by the way?
The car?
Yeah.
What, the noise on it or the?
No, don't you have a Volkswagen?
Yeah.
A European Volkswagen. Aren't
Yeah.
those the recall kind of going crazy over there?
See, I'm not fussed about the emissions. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The environment's gone. Just
You don't screw it. You don't care about. Nah.
let's put another nail in the coffin. I don't.
Just don't put
As long-
nails in trees.
As long as I don't have to pay the tax, I'm not bothered.
Fair enough. Gotta love the UK, don't you?
Nice. All right, so that's your big goal is getting over to Ireland and finding Europe's oldest. That is very cool.
Yeah. And not take Sam with me.
And that's
Really?
the other goal.
Yep. I'm not having him in Ireland.
So your goal, you're gonna finish your goal in January, and that
Yep.
you got the whole rest of the year. You do nothing. That's
It's a stretch goal. Yeah.
You put your feet up at that point.
As Barlang says, I mean, just to go geocaching. If I've done it in January, I've already achieved a better goal than this year.
I've got a goal for you. Train
that?
your dog to sniff out a cache.
right.
I was going to say something there, but it's probably not appropriate, is it? Needless to say, no trousers on. Guess what he's sniffing?
All right. Hey, Brylang, how about you?
I haven't thought about anything for next year yet. This year I hit 3,000 back in Easter weekend at the original stash, and I'm planning to hit 4,000 on New Year's Eve.
Oh no! Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
So two big milestones this year. And probably take it a little bit easier next year and quit counting caches so much.
Mm-hmm. Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do for your 4? Do you know yet?
I haven't figured that out yet. I may go do the oldest one in British Columbia. I haven't made it in there yet. That's in Vancouver. About an hour drive from me. Or I'll have to solicit some other ideas.
Mm-hmm. Wait, the oldest in Vancouver is an hour away from you. And you don't have it yet?
Yep.
Wow.
I rarely get into Vancouver.
Oh.
I just don't drive that way at all. So.
Wow.
The thing about Vancouver, Scott, I'm not sure what the geography in Chicago area is like. I haven't been there for a really long time. But Vancouver, the only way to get to it is to cross a bridge. You have to cross a bridge to get there. And for the most part, it's a pain in the butt.
So
So
Canadians cross bridges.
absolutely.
When we get there.
Wait, is Vancouver an island? How come there's a bridge you have to cross?
It's pretty much.
Really?
It's basically it's a river delta. The Fraser River comes.
Is it like a landlocked island kind of thing, like a big circle?
Pretty
Really?
much.
Well, it's got an ocean inlet on the north side of Vancouver, and the south side of Vancouver has the Fraser River. So if you're coming from the north, you got to cross the inlet. If you're coming from the south, you got to cross the river.
I never knew that. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I cross the bridge every day. Wusses.
I think he's calling you out, Bri. He's calling you.
Yeah, well, my wife crosses the bridge every day, but I don't go that way.
Is there gunfire on the bridge? Do they shoot at you?
No.
What's so bad about the bridge?
It does drop bombs on you in the winter months.
That's true.
The first year it was open, yeah. So there's a few bridges. The newest one, the first year it was opened, a bit of an engineering problem, and we just happened to have a freak ice storm that hit right before, right before dawn, so right before the rush hour, and as it warmed up, as the sun came out, big chunks of ice were falling and hitting the cars going across the bridge. It was insane.
Wow, that'll kill somebody.
It was pretty scary, actually.
It was practice for when they build the bridges to America.
Put it
Keep
this
the
way,
Americans out.
it's easier for me to go down to Bellingham in Washington State than it is for me to get to Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, with the improvements to Highway 1 now, it's actually a lot easier to get into Vancouver, but you have to pay a toll.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to pay a toll to leave my house. Really? I mean, like I pay tolls everywhere.
Oh, we don't pay tolls.
I mean,
We avoid tolls.
2/3 of my paycheck go to paying tolls. Like, what?
And that's just going to the kitchen in the morning.
I know. It's like I walk out of my house, I pay $3. Like,
We have to pay to get into Wales.
really?
They charge us to go into Wales.
Do they charge you to go back home?
No, that's the thing. We don't charge them to come here, but they charge us to go there. It's their way of keeping immigrants out. They don't want the English in. And they know the English won't pay it.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So, hey, at this point in time, I'm going to throw out also to those who are in the Q&A, if you do have any questions you want the panel to discuss, feel free to throw them out there. I'm just going to clear a lot of the Q&A here. But while I do that, we started to talk a little bit about geocaching destinations and events. We talked about Block Party, which is no more. We talked about finding a couple of the oldest caches. Is there anybody else who has a geocaching must-get-to destination next year?
I'd like to do Germany.
Germany would be nice.
Yeah, because I've heard the caches over there are above and beyond.
Aren't they all multis, though?
I think it's Amsterdam is almost.
Puzzles.
I think that's
They're all puzzles, which is why Scott probably doesn't like them.
No, I hate the puzzles. Love the multis though. I'm a multi lover.
Yeah, that's because you're weird and you've got some sort of fetish or something.
Yes, I like the multis.
He's rubbing his trousers right now.
I'm not nasty on this show, but like, no, it's just the great thing about a multi is no one does them. That's the great thing about them.
It's because no one can find them.
It's like the redhead stepchild of the geocache, and it's great. And it's like you got to give them some love. And once you let them into your heart, dude, they're awesome. They're amazing.
That's because everybody gives you the final coordinates, and you don't have to actually do them all.
Dude, let them in. They're good. Let them in.
No.
All right. So, hey, let's maybe I'll throw something out. Where I goes versus intercache. What do we think? What's the future look like? What's going to stick around?
Well, I heard on Podcaster that there's a new geocaching adventures thing coming, but very little detail yet.
Really?
It was on last week or the week before, I forget. So it was on in the last 2 weeks.
Wait, a new geocaching adventure, like a new maze exhibit kind of a thing?
No, geocaching adventures app.
Oh,
So something new for the smartphone, but there's no details about it anywhere except what Jeremy said in the interview on Podcasher.
Oh, well, I mean, I heard that the app is going away and the intro app is going to become the app. I've heard that.
yes.
Yes, there is
But,
that, but this is apparently a different app.
Really?
Yeah, so I would suggest you go listen to that episode for more information. There's not much there.
Really?
So
No,
that may be the replacement for Where I Goes. I don't know.
It needs something.
Well, they still work. I mean,
They work barely, but
I like a good Where I Go.
I like Where I Goes, but the app is so frustrating.
No, well, the app on the iPhone is frustrating, but if you download it to a GPS, it pretty much works. 90%, 95% of the time. The app on the iPhone works maybe 10% of the time. That's brutal.
I've been lucky. I've done 15 Where I Goes on the iPhone, and 14 of them worked flawlessly.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive numbers. Because
And-
every time I've tried it, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, I've only done one intercache, and that also worked well.
I don't think I've done an intercache yet.
Is intercaching the one that Daryl was doing the other week?
Yes.
And he was trying to periscope it, and every time people got onto it, they went back to periscope, which knocked him out of intercache. So
Yes.
he spent 2 hours trying to get 6 people to do a cache.
That's
When you have a
one
certain
type-
number of people there, right? Is that
Yeah, he tried to get 6 people, but they kept flicking back between periscope and intercaching.
So there's a difference. That's a mob cache. So that
Right.
is developed by the same guy, but it's not exactly the same thing as the intercache puzzle, which is very much like a Where I Go, except the main difference is intercache puzzles, you actually have to play them live. You have to actually have an active
Yes.
internet feed,
Right.
whereas the Where I Goes, you download the cartridge and you can play it without having a live feed.
Yeah, I don't think Where It Goes are going anywhere. I like them.
I have a feeling Where I Goes are good and dead.
Really? You think they're going away?
Yeah, it's just a feeling because there's the software to create them hasn't been updated in years.
Of course they're going away. Anything people actually enjoy doing gets canned.
Anything that Mark enjoys doing.
Yeah, exactly. Virtual's gone.
Yeah, Virtual's gone is wrong. That's a whole other story, but yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, I like virtuals.
A lot of people like virtuals, but I think sometimes people like virtuals in part because they are a rarer cache type.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No,
web
because
caches.
I mean, I could see like having a place where you first had your first kiss, the tree you had your first kiss. Yeah, that's no place for a virtual. But there's amazing virtuals out there that I've seen that take you to some amazing places.
But aren't those generally like history oriented or something like that?
And I think they should bring them back, kind of like via the Earth cache, where you have somebody who is checking up, who is overseeing this, so to speak. So it's not just like, oh, this is where me and Jesse had our first kiss kind of thing. It's an actual like, this is where Lincoln was shot kind of a thing. And it can be verified before it gets approved, kind of like an Earth cache. You can't just create an Earth cache. You have to go through a whole rigmarole to create it, and it takes a while. So they should have something like that, where it's kind of like a third party.
Cache.
Like a third party kind of a thing, where it's it gets approved before you can make it go live. I think they should do that.
So the GSA, the Geological Society of America, is the body that is working with geocaching.com to do the approvals on the Earth caches.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to rally support for somebody like National Geographic?
I would think so. Yeah, I mean that's a great idea right there. Yeah, yeah.
Not now they're owned by Fox. I mean, anything factual now has gone out of National Geographic.
I did not know that they were owned by Fox.
Yep, just recently
Yeah,
purchased.
Rupert,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
I mean, you might as well. It's not even toilet paper now, that magazine.
Yet still in the washroom. So anything
Well, that's not fair.
anything that has to do with the media is either owned by Fox or Disney. Is that how the world works now?
Or the BBC.
Getting there.
Yeah, who owns the BBC? Just the British
The
Broadcasting?
BBC
That's
is
who owns
relevant over here.
it. Fox doesn't own the BBC yet.
No, the government owns the BBC.
Well, that doesn't matter. So what?
That's why we can still do Doctor Who. Because Fox wouldn't have Doctor Who, would they? I mean, come on, it's a factual show.
No, nobody.
Oh, my
Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that would make. I think that's a way to bring them back. I'm sure it's been thought of. I'm not, but I think virtual should come back. If you can do it, it can be done. So
Make them more difficult, you mean?
not more difficult, just more interesting.
Mm.
I say it don't. It got so out of hand. Nice. It got so out of hand with what they were doing back in the early 2000s when they first came out.
Hey, so speaking of virtuals, I'm turning my eyes to the Q&A where we have a couple of people who are watching and throwing out some opinions and ideas about virtuals. Interestingly, the Monkey King shares that you can still do virtuals on the Geocaching Australia website. Now, what I want to know is, do you mean like go and find them or actually create new virtuals? Which
Right. We can find them. Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think you can create them on other listing sites, can't you?
But Geocaching Australia, is that not owned by geocaching.com or is that?
I don't believe so.
It's their version of open caching.
Really?
They're the real open caching, not the. We've done a couple in Australia.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we've got open caching here that we have virtuals.
yeah.
We can still do with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's their version of that. So they don't have open caching because it encroach on their own listing site.
Well, don't they have geocaching.com? I mean, Groundspeak's not in Australia.
No, it's banned in Australia.
Not banned in Australia.
They don't like immigrants in Australia.
Site doesn't work upside down.
No. It spirals down the toilet the wrong way and everything. It's just not right. It gets ugly.
We also have Landsharks are in the Q&A tonight. So hello, Landsharks. Thanks for joining us live. And just since we do have a few new people watching us, I would like to reiterate, this is not your normal Caching the Northwest show. So you're going to get a bit of a different experience tonight. But hey.
Oh yeah. Wait till we stand up.
but we're having fun. So, all right. Hey, so Landshark shares, virtuals are great when you are somewhere without a GPS. You can print them out and tuck them in a suitcase.
Absolutely. Yes.
So absolutely, or use whatever form of offline data.
Yeah. Whenever Jesse and I are on a road trip, we do not pass a virtual. You stop and you get that virtual. So it's like it slows us down tremendously, but like like you say, the fact that it could go away at any moment and not come back, you have to grab it because you might not have a second chance at it. So it's like you always stop for the virtual. Always.
Yeah, how does a virtual go away if it's a virtual? I can understand the ape cache going away.
It goes away.
Just get archived.
It gets archived. And you can't.
Sometimes the statue or the signpost or whatever that the virtual is located around, sometimes those get archived in real life.
Right.
The statue gets removed, so you can't take your picture with it and post it with your log.
So like
what a wonderful way of putting it. Archived in real life.
So if like America went away.
Yeah. I was going to say, or the restaurant where Scott and Shorty had their first date gets closed, and so that virtual goes away.
I thought you were going to say knee trembler there.
No, I wouldn't say something like that.
I would.
And that's why I have you gentlemen on the show. So
Right.
All right.
We'll say the things you don't want to say.
Put a list in the show notes, and we'll say them for you.
Oh, okay. We'll start doing that in a moment. All right. Also, some other stuff that's been shared over in the Q&A here. The Monkey King shared something which we've talked about here already. He says, I want them to create history caches like Earth caches, but you have to visit a historical location and answer the question. So yeah, I think that's going along with what we were saying earlier.
Yeah, it's a good
Mark, we know you're wearing pants. We just saw that.
But how can history caches, when you're talking Australia and America, who are practically infants in history?
Yeah, true. We have no history.
It's like I can walk out the door and I'm tripping over history. Robin Hood lives down the road here. You know what I mean?
Don't you live in Nottingham?
Yeah, I can go and see the Major Oak. I can actually go and see the Major Oak.
Which is pretty cool, and that's definitely on my bucket list. And we also have Dora Moore in the Q&A who's saying that she's aiming for England and Scotland to be on her bucket list for geocaching next year. I would love to. I've actually got relatives in Derbyshire, so I would love to come back and visit again.
See, there you go. You could come and see me.
There you go. I could
'Cause
go.
I'm from Nottingham and live in Derbyshire.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's like being Canadian living in America. The crosses we bear.
Indeed. Indeed. All right. Hey, something else the Monkey King brought up here. I've never heard of these before, but he says geomagnets. Are these the new path tags or a poor man's path tag, or has no one there heard of them? I have never heard of a geomagnet. Does anybody else?
No.
Nope.
No.
No. What is it? Let's ask Dr. Google.
Googles.
All right, we're gonna Google this. So while we're Googling that to find out what geomagnets are,
Phone Daryl. He'll know.
Scott,
You've got him on speed dial, haven't you, Scott?
I do. I've got Daryl. Absolutely. I can call
Yeah.
him.
He's got a red button. Press the Daryl button.
It's like the fat
the
phone.
Daryl phone.
It's a big red phone on my desk. Is what it is.
Is it used for Leos?
Well,
It's the call
Daryl.
Daryl.
Daryl, I need bail money again.
Again, come on. No, this is not it. This is geomagnets, fat brain
He's-
toys. This isn't it. That's nothing to do with
No, geomagnets.com.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
You could have said that at any point in time.
Oh no, I didn't want to interrupt.
No. We want you to interrupt, Brylang. What are geomagnets?
Okay.
What's a
It says
geomagnet?
geomagnets are a fun and inexpensive way for everyone to join in the geocaching trading community. Lightweight and affordable geomagnets can be customized with any design and whatever colors you like. You create your own design, send it to us, and we print your geomagnets for you. They're $120 Australian for a pack of 100,
What is that American?
and they're signature trade items.
about 50 cents.
Yeah, something like that. Pretty cheap.
I'm gonna find out.
Daryl.
Daryl, there goes the phone.
On Daryl right now.
It's Google.
All right. So,
So it sounds like they're kind of like path tags, but there's no codes. They're more like your own signature item that you leave behind in caches.
there you
It's
go.
like a GeoFlea or something like that, but bigger.
Yeah, but
Oh, sounds like
not really designed to travel, just designed as your signature item.
Right.
And actually magnetic, I guess that's the point.
Oh, it's
Well,
magnetic.
Yes, sounds like it.
Magnetic. That's what's
it's like-
exciting about it.
Well, I think what's exciting about it is that, like a path tag, you can put your own design on it. Brylang, or anybody who's looking at the site on those, is it just like a sticker that's printed and stuck on them, or like a path tag, is it actually, molded into the metal?
It
Or
doesn't
brass,
show.
or whatever.
It looks like a pin, doesn't it? It
Yeah,
looks,
the ones that they're showing here don't look to be very. Well, let's see.
I'm just thinking for that price, it's got to be.
yeah. For the record, that's
Yeah.
$86 American, FYI, and that's all that really matters is how much it costs American.
It's about £2 over here, then.
Oh, right.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna.
I think they pay you $10, don't they? Isn't that the way it went?
Yeah, I'm just gonna rehash that joke until it actually gets funny.
Excellent. Well, keep going. We'll let you know.
I have a feeling they're stickers. I have a
I think
feeling
they're
they're stickers put onto magnets.
All right.
Yeah.
So stickers put on the magnets. So.
And the only problem with that, and that's a great idea, but the problem is use it as swag, and you dump it into a cache. The cache gets wet. A sticker over time, the edges fray, and it just gets all nasty and
It
icky.
just gets
So
gross.
it's
So,
So
yeah, I
it's
guess.
a self replicating market then.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Brilliant.
to the monkey point, yeah, I guess it's kind of like the poor man's path tag then.
But
It's-
$86, it ain't a poor man's anything. It's $86.
Fair enough.
Well, you get 100 for that.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm going to spend the money, I'd rather spend double that and
Yeah.
get a set of path tags.
Is it even
Yeah.
double that? Is a path tag even double that? How much is a path tag?
Well, they are in Canadian.
Yeah, it's about 200 Canadian.
Really?
It's about $5 US.
Where'd that come from? That was totally.
I don't even have to tell it
Wait
anymore.
every once in a while with a snipe.
That was funny. The timing, genius.
Yeah, that timing was genius.
Oh, thanks to my friend right here.
Has he got beer?
Yes.
You see, Mark, it's still nighttime here.
Yeah,
By you,
yeah.
it's morning. It's still
Yeah, but
nighttime here.
here in the future, we have hoverboards.
Tomorrow. In Tomorrowland.
Yeah. Imagine Monkey King. I mean, he's like tomorrow after today, this afternoon.
He's like 2 days ahead of us, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't like Tuesday for him?
But Australians generally are.
Really started.
It's like December 13th there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right. So looking back in the Q&A here again, Land Sharks, who does a lot of geocoin design and production. They've never heard of geomagnets, but I guess it's an Aussie thing, so probably a lot of us haven't yet. And what do we have here? Geomagnets. They look like they're the kind you can get the supplies to make at craft stores. It might be nice for kids groups. Well, I can see that if you're
Well, yeah, Boy Scouts.
family and you want a little signature item for your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Scott bought Boy Scouts up there again.
Wait, what?
You bought the Boy Scouts up again. Is it some sort of jealousy? They never let you join, so you bring it up every
No,
time.
I can join. I choose not to join. That's what it is.
You're too short.
There's a height restriction in voice.
Yeah.
He's short and he's Jewish. Get him out of here. Just get him out. Get him out. If he was gay, we'd pick him out back and shoot him. He'd be 3 for 3. But he's only short and Jewish, so just kick him out.
And that was our political correctness segment for the evening. All right.
Oh, we all know there's no Jews in Boy Scouts. Come on, that's a fact. That's all fact.
Where are your facts coming from?
From every Jew I've ever met is where they're coming from.
Oh,
Jews.
goodness.
None.
All right. Land Sharks actually did come up with a suggestion for geomagnets. If you wanted to buy the kits that you can sort of make your own at the craft stores, it would be a great idea at an event where there's an area for kids' activities where they can customize and make their own signature.
Yeah. They could do that. I mean, you can go to a Michael's and totally get all that. I can get everything for that, can't you? Like the stickers and the circle magnets, I'm assuming.
And that's what Ellen from Land
Yeah.
Sharks.
It's a great idea. That is a good idea.
You see that? Australia is the future.
At least by 16 hours. Yeah.
They invent it in the future 16 hours ahead, and Americans capitalise on it.
There you go. There
We
you
find a way to make it better, is what we do. That's what.
Well, when you say better, Trump is all I'm saying.
Oh, right. Oh, that. Oh, don't get me. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, any American argument is null and void.
When you say it, I just try to say it's Trump. That's how it
Yeah.
is.
It's the Trump card.
Exactly, yeah. Canada is wetting themselves at America at the moment. It's the funniest thing they've ever seen.
It's terrible. I agree. Trust me. I'm ashamed as you are. Trust
You're
me.
voting for him, we know.
I'm no. Oh my God, I'm not saying.
You get a periscope, you're voting, putting it on the tip on the Yo, internet.
Speaking of international or at least North American politics, I am looking forward to hearing Dr. D's opinion on the new Prime Minister of Canada, since we know how he feels about Obama.
Isn't the new Prime Minister like really young? Isn't he like a young hip
Yeah,
dude?
he's younger than me.
How young is he?
He's 44.
Well,
Oh, he's my age. He's my age and he's a Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes
Oh my
you realise how easy it is over there, doesn't it?
Right? I could be. I didn't know I had a shot.
Hey,
at
I'll
that.
do
I
it.
could have
I'll
gone
do
to it. Yeah.
No thanks. I don't want that job.
In fact, I've heard Sam's running next time. He'll be old enough.
You got Mark. Mark can't do anything. Get the Queen, who's never gonna die. She's like, Lord.
Yeah, we've embalmed her. She
I
just doesn't
swear to
realise it.
God. Yeah. What's with that? Was she been like in power for like 70 years or something like that?
I don't know if you know how it works, Scott, but she isn't actually in power.
yeah. Thank you for explaining that, Mark.
She's in power. She's the
She
Queen.
has no power.
Oh, don't. Look, Mark, you gonna let him talk like that?
Well, we all know she could bitch slap Canada. Yeah.
Come on, it's the Queen.
If she wanted Canada gone, it'd be gone. You know.
And
Let's be
Australia,
honest. Yeah.
New Zealand.
She let you lot have America. She realised it was too far gone.
Nobody
Yeah,
wants to do that.
Trudeau met the Queen this week, and the first thing he said to her was, "I was a lot shorter the last time I met you," because he met her when his father was Prime Minister of Canada, like back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Prime Ministers, you just hand it down in Canada, do you?
Like
apparently,
like England.
Yeah.
like America, Bushes.
The Bushes.
Well, yeah.
No, Jeb's not going anywhere. Trust
No,
me.
in America, you just need to be inbred.
Oh God, thank God. He's the bad Bush, is what he is. He's the poor man's Bush.
So we've
Right,
got
like that.
the America versus the Commonwealth section of the note, so that's
Ryland's actually been sick at the mention of a bush.
all right. So hey, I'm gonna pull this back to slightly geocaching related.
Oh,
Please do.
If somebody wanted to buy one of you guys a Christmas or Hanukkah gift that was at least peripherally geocaching related, what would that be?
I want the How to Puzzle Cache book.
The Cully Long book? Yeah. Good.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I just bought a new microphone. I don't and that's technically geocaching related.
Did anyone know Scott got a new microphone?
Yes, and I literally just bought myself boots yesterday, new boots. So I don't need anything. I'm good to go. But you know what? Thanks for the thought. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'm good. I'm really good.
Mark, how about you?
I think a tag for the dog's collar. I think trackable.
Trackable.
Trackable tag. Yeah. Adorable. Look, cute.
Yeah.
Mark, what's the dog's name?
Murphy.
Murphy. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm training him to take over from Sam.
Wait, is his name? Wait, did you say his name was Multi? Is that what his name was?
Over there.
Troublemaker.
Hey.
All right.
You let one American in. Look which one you let in. Not the good one, not the talented one. Not Walt.
Oh, nice. Three Hams, how about you?
I also got a lot of hiking gear recently, so probably the coordinates to a few puzzle caches would be a good Christmas gift.
Nice.
Scott has them all.
Not in Canada. Not in
Count them up.
Canada. Not there.
Nice. That's awesome.
What about you, LANMonkey? What would you like for Hanukkah?
What would I like for Hanukkah?
Uh-huh.
Well, first of all, I'd like to have it explained. Do you actually get 7 days of gifts, or just?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, 8 days actually, not 7.
8 days. 8 days. So I could actually. So really, I could list 8 things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My kids do all the time.
You don't get them, but they listen.
It's these great lists. Oh my goodness. You know what? Like yourselves, it's really hard to come up with something. I really like Three Hams' answer. There's a few puzzle caches out here I'd love to have the coordinates to, or at least here I've got it. Not necessarily the coordinates, but have the CO explain to me how to solve the puzzle, so I actually understand how to get the coordinates, and then I understand whether or not they actually were on crack when they came up with the puzzle.
Yeah, we have a couple of those hiders out here who you literally have to be inside their mind at the time they were creating it to know how to solve it. It's pretty much unsolvable.
You have to be in Scott's mind.
There's at least 3 of those around here.
Yeah, most people don't even hunt them anymore. It's just it's their buddies find them and that's it. Then they just sit there and lay waste and don't nobody unless you happen to place a cache and you're too close. You've actually dive bombed it, and so you go and you're 50 feet away, so you go 50 feet and you try and find the cache. That's the only way you find them. Yeah.
Has any of you seen the puzzle book or read it?
Yes.
Have you seen the musical notebook puzzle in there?
Yes.
There's one of those down the road from us, and the only reason I bought that book was because this puzzle had gone 8-9 months unsolved.
Really?
And I've got the book in front of me. I've got the puzzle on the screen. I still couldn't solve it. So, yeah, I don't get them.
I don't get them either. Trust me. I've like I say, I've found over 1,000 puzzles. I think I solved maybe 4 of them.
Yeah.
Literally 4 of them.
They don't archive those, do they? They don't say we can't have puzzles
no,
anymore.
Those suckers never get archived.
No. Eat the crap.
But luckily, I'm dating a puzzler. Like Jesse's really quick on solving them. I think it's a gift. It's one of those just like you either got it or you don't kind of puzzle minds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all puzzled why she's still with you.
And you got it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, though, Scott. That Mrs. LANMonkey does the bulk of the puzzle solving. So I bought the book, Mark, that you're discussing, one Brylang that you'd like, Cully Long's How to Puzzle Cache book, as a birthday gift for Mrs. LANMonkey, so she could solve more puzzles for me.
Well, it's a really good book. I mean, it covers quite a few different ones I'd not even seen before, but just that musical notes one, if you have a look, I still don't understand it.
I think it helps if you well, Mark, do you have a musical background? Do you
Sam plays 3 instruments.
but do you have a musical
Do
background?
you have a musical background?
No, but I gave it to Sam.
And
You said he could keep it, or what?
Well, let's be honest, he doesn't actually pay attention, so he just looked at it and put it away. Yeah.
all right. Hey, Mark, out of the Q&A, Helen from Landsharks has thrown out a URL there, http landsharks with a z.ca caching-k9-dog-tag for Murph.
Yeah, I've just been looking at that. That's
Yeah.
that could be.
How much does
$10.
that cost? What does that cost for a dog?
It looks about £1 in proper money.
£1, it cost $1.
I haven't got a clue. It's $5.99 Canadian. Is that real money? I mean, I've seen some in the Monopoly set somewhere.
No, anybody who names their money loonies and toonies isn't real money, dude. It's not
Loonies and toonies.
loonies and toonies. It ain't real money.
That's right.
I've got a loony.
It'll probably cost about $100 to ship it to the UK, though.
Yeah. That's usually what happens.
Oh, I'm sure you can probably find a way to arrange something. It's all in who you know. Just got to know somebody over in British Columbia who likes you.
Through international borders.
That's right.
Diplomatic community.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we were talking earlier about places people want to go, and with Landsharks in the Q&A, that reminded me, Mrs. LANMonkey and I just signed up for a geocaching cruise to Alaska.
Nice.
We're very excited about that. It's being sponsored by Landsharks. It's going to start getting plugged on the Caching the Northwest show starting next week. But
When is that?
it is next August 20th, in Vancouver.
For how
The only
long?
time to go to Alaska is in the summer.
Yeah. Well, if you want to find a geocache, yeah.
Exactly.
And
Not
how
in
long?
Russia.
How long is it for?
7 days.
Well,
Is that a cruise up and back or a cruise up and fly back?
It is a return cruise.
where's it go out of? Canada?
Yeah, out of Vancouver.
Oh, nice. Wow.
So that works really well for us.
Yeah, right
That
there.
means
That's
but
really
you got to
nice.
drive across the bridge.
Oh, we
get
do have
away.
to drive across the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Sorry.
Bryling's out then. He's out.
Yeah, forget that noise.
If I
I'll
only
pick you
had
up if you want.
He'd rather fly to New York and take it out of New York than across the bridge.
Awesome.
I'll take a nice Caribbean cruise over an Alaskan cruise any day.
Yeah, I would love to take one of those. Unfortunately, I'm dating Jessie, who's like the most. She gets horribly motion sickness. She's one of those people.
I think they're a little bit bigger than the rowboats got.
No, trust me. Have you ever been on a cruise?
Nope.
No, I live on an island. Of course I haven't.
Yeah. Trust me, you still feel it, dude. Believe me.
Yeah.
You lay in bed, you feel it. Oh yeah, yeah.
The last cruise boat we sent over to America, it sank. You think I'm going to get on one of them?
But you guys didn't build that. Didn't Ireland build that?
Exactly. They build all our boats.
Oh, I think the QE2 has sailed since the Titanic, dude.
That's because it's blessed by the Queen.
There you go.
Fair
Yeah?
enough.
So a couple.
Anointed.
All right, a couple other things out of the Q&A here, you guys. Landsharks has shared. Where is that here?
He's good at moving on, isn't he?
Geocachers.
This is why I like him.
over 50 cachers and their family are currently booked on that. And if you want the URL, it's travel.landsharks.ca. So for anybody who's listening and wants to find out more about that cruise, check out that URL.
Wait,
All right.
I'm going to right now. What is it? Travel.
Travel.landsharks, and it's not an S but a Z on the end. .ca.
Z.
Yeah, Z for you.
Okay, you got to translate it there.
Look at that thing. I mean, that is a boat.
There you
What?
go.
That's on a boat. That's an island. Really?
I mean-
Jesus.
You could put America on that, sink it, and solve the world's problems.
All
Wow,
right.
look at that. That is a boat, man.
Look at the time.
Oh, and we have the bad cop in the Q&A, and he has said that a geocaching.com premium membership is what he would like for Christmas.
Has he still not got one of those?
No, apparently if you host more than one geocaching podcast, you don't have time to go geocaching.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I think every show must have that person who just refuses to buy a premium membership.
So that's Dr. D then on your show.
Yeah, we've got Sam refuses to buy a phone that can play the game.
We've got Corey. Corey
You've
and
got
ours.
Corey, yeah.
Yeah, Corey doesn't have a premium membership.
Yeah.
That's because they don't have the internet how far north he is.
No. Anymore. And now he's further.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, he's in no man's land.
So you got
All
Bad
right.
Cop.
Hey, Mark, the challenge that you have thrown out with respect to the musical note geocache has been accepted by Dora Moore in the Q&A. She wants to know the GC code of the musical note puzzle that you can't solve.
One sec. It has been solved. I've just got to find somebody who solved it.
Right.
It's been solved.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It took about, I think it was about 9 months for the first person to solve it, and then suddenly, within days, everybody was finding it.
Oh, really? That's what usually what happens, yeah. That's how I get the cards.
Yeah,
Then there's
we
something
know.
me eventually.
Yeah. There's no challenge for you, Scott, in actually puzzle caches, is there?
What, dude, it's just a geocache. It is. The challenge is actually finding the chords, not getting them the correct way. Finding the chords.
Yeah, but when your best mate's a reviewer,
My best mate.
we know.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we also have another idea for geocaching gifts, and it's a really good one. It's a new headlamp.
Oh,
I knew
yes. I could do with one of those.
There you go.
As Scott knows.
I know. What do I know?
You saw me caching without a light.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, that pitiful display of caching you did.
That was amazing. I found all those caches in the day, like the following day.
It was sad. Sad display.
So this GC code is GC5CRB6.
Oh, there's no Z or H in there.
Wasn't nearly as entertaining as you're hoping for, Scott.
I wanted a HHZ in there.
All right. So Dora Moore is going to look into that, and we'll stay tuned in future episodes of.
Well, she'll have it done in about 10 minutes.
Well, in 10 minutes we're going to be done. I don't plan to draw this out this much longer.
Well, now we've seen the end of this show. Where are we going next, Scott?
Who's
Podcast
will we destroy next? Mwah.
So in December, Scott, we're going to see the end of Cash and Release, the end of GeoGearheads.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, we get. How did I get suckered onto that show? I just got an email saying like you're on the show. I'm like, oh, okay.
Which one?
The Joe Gearhead show me and you were on.
Yeah, that's Christmas Day for me, that one.
Yeah, well, it's Christmas Eve for us.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't do
that-
Christmas, though.
That's
so-
Christmas morning for you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 2
What are
o'clock
you
Christmas.
doing, Mark?
Hmm?
Why are you doing a geocaching podcast on Christmas morning?
Because he's dedicated to his.
Because it's called commitment, LANMonkey.
It's
Learn from it.
dedication.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm
Learn from
going
it.
to be so drunk.
That explains it.
You think it's bad? You think it's bad now?
Perfect. Well, that'll be on Daryl's podcast, not mine. So
Yeah.
The thing is that like the last time he tried this, he no showed. He slept right through it. So
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah.
we're not expecting him. Don't get us wrong.
I was too intimidated by Scott.
he is intimidating.
Short
Yeah.
furry things to frighten me.
He knows that his guard is down when it's 3 in the morning, you know,
And I'm drunk.
and he's drunk. Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Isn't Brylang a good-looking man?
Shiny object.
Hey, look, Scott.
Yeah. What is it? The Doctor Who annual? I can't read it. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Wow.
1976.
1976.
Did you buy that off the rack, or is that an
No,
eBay?
this was mine from when I was a kid, Scott.
So it's off the rack. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
I've
nice.
got a William Hartnell one as well.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
I just, that's how I roll.
All right, you guys. So what I'm going to do is declare this podcast over and possibly successful. But I also want to thank each of you guys for joining us tonight. It has been a lot of fun getting you guys all together. I am really looking forward to the cash and release debacle. No, that's gonna be a lot of fun. But I also want to extend a special thank you to Three Hams and Brylang for joining us. You guys have not been on many podcasts, so welcome to this one.
Thanks for the invite.
It was a lot of fun to have. Thank you. It was a lot of fun to have you guys on here, and of course to all the folks in our Q&A from Australia and America and Canada. It was very fun to have all you guys in there. It was a very international podcast tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. Yeah, 3 countries here. That's pretty good.
Could represent, most of the
Actually, we had 4 because we had Australia
in the Q&A there.
In
Absolutely.
the Q&A, I'm talking about on this show.
on the
Speaking.
show. Yeah.
Live on the show. Absolutely. So this has been a lot of fun. So yeah, with that, we are going to wrap things up. I'm going to cue up the closing music here in just a moment. But before I do that, I just want to remind folks that normally in the 9 p.m. time slot, you will catch Wits and the Bad Cop and myself, LANMonkey, for our usual topics. And we do have some great guests and shows lined up for December, so we're looking forward to talking to you guys about that. And before we go, maybe just quickly through our guests, if you guys want to shout out where, not all at the same time, where people can find you on the internet if they're looking for you. Why don't we start over in the UK with Mark?
Obeep.com. It's all on there.
Oh, brilliant. Scott, yourself?
Sure, yeah. I'm on the Geocaching podcast and occasionally on the Chicago Geocaching podcast. You can find me at Scott Burks basically everywhere, whether it's, Twitter.
Trademark.
Trademark. At Scott Burks, one word.
Awesome. Three Hams, yourself?
Yeah, I've been court ordered not to contact people, so you just have to message me through the geocaching website, I guess.
Oh, classic. All right, Brylang?
I am brylang.com, and it looks like my social media links are missing, but I'll get that fixed shortly.
Awesome. All right. And of course, myself, the LANMonkey, pretty much most social media, LANMonkey GC. And if you just search LANMonkey, you're going to find me eventually. All right. And with that, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We want to remind you to cache safely and cache often. All right. And that's a show.
I'm never at the end of this show.
You what?
That was like Top Gun. That was amazing.
Thanks for being my wingman.
I think this is the longest I've gone without watching a Scott Burks Periscope. That's almost 2 hours.
Well, there is one every 2 minutes. So.
Scott owns the Periscope.
Yeah, but if you don't know, I really only do it when I'm caching. I never do it when I'm not
Oh,
caching.
wait a minute. Yo, internet, taking a
Oh,
dump.
sure.
I don't do it. I'm
I
taking.
watched your dishwasher installation one at
Oh,
11
I forgot
p.m.
about that one. Yeah. Thanks for watching that one.
Hey, internet.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse's eating cereal.